Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Vault Hunters. Today on our Vault Hunters SMP. Glad to have you back with us. Hope you're having a great day today. As you can see behind me here, we do have a little bit of work that has been done to our drawer system. I have learned that there are framed drawers and kind of went a little wild in making our own to kind of fit our aesthetic up here. Haven't done too much. That's about it. I just wanted to touch on that. I think they look pretty snazzy myself. Moving on. In today's episode, we're going to be making a few more changes to this area. Last episode, I kind of talked about maybe wanting to dig out that direction, and I don't know if you can tell, but we're starting to get a lot of hermit crafters in here, kind of crowding out the vault room, and I would very much like to set them all up in their own area. Kind of going down that way, maybe have it hooked up to our main storage system that's right over here in the house. Have all this kind of wired up together and repurpose this storage system now that we have, wait for it, power. And not only power, we have refined storage as well. So, it's time to hook all this stuff up, get our gifter statues all kind of lined up nice and neat. I hope you guys like the idea I have ready for this hallway. I think it's going to look pretty good. We'll kind of come back and touch base after I've kind of got the foundations dug out here, and we'll see what it's looking like. Hopefully it shapes up nicely. It's going to kind of be a plus sign hallway, if you can imagine that. So it'll go straight here, and then it'll branch off to a couple sides, and then probably go a little further. Not really sure what's going to go at the end yet. I'm kind of torn between making that the power room or possibly a Botania room, but I would really love to build a wizard tower or something similar to that for a Botania room, kind of up on the surface, and actually build another building for it instead of just kind of feeding the beast that is the basement of this house. Oops, didn't mean to take that. But yeah, I'm going to get busy and start digging this out, and I will come back and see you guys when I have made a little progress digging. Alright, well, we have made a little bit of progress. This is what I got so far. I've kind of got the basic shape dug on out of here, and still trying to make a couple decisions as far as colorway goes. I'll probably use deep slate in the floor because we just have so much of it, and yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. So, makes a nice flooring material anyway. I know I can turn off deep slate now in the quark features now that we have some to build out of, but I don't know. It's nice having at least one resource to manage that we just can't compress down into the size of like a pebble in a chest or a storage door or whatever. This right here I'm still kind of debating how I want this. There'll be hallways that go off in either direction here, and I'm trying to decide like how to shape this. I want it to be kind of like not necessarily a dome shape, kind of like that room up there. It's going to be a little oblong, but I think it'll still look pretty cool if I can manage it. If I can't, then it'll probably be simplified, but it'll hopefully still look alright. And then that's leading off into, I think I've decided here, so we're going to have Botania is going to be our next major mod unlock, which is going to be a lot of fun to play around with and get some magical items and some of these charms and stuff going. And we're going to need a lot of room for that mod, so I'll probably end up digging this out and having it be a circular room as well, similar to this one back here, and it'll actually go up into the wizard's tower, and this should be the basement of it. And I think that'll be pretty cool to have everything kind of linked up along one channel here. So the next step is to go through and add some storage drawers, possibly some chests. I'm not really sure how I'm going to set this up quite yet with the gifter statues, but we're going to have places for the temporary ones along one side, and then, or down at the end, maybe down there. And then the permanent ones will kind of go right here as we unlock them. And I mean, there's room for quite a few permanent ones, 5 per slot, so there should be enough room down here for quite a while, until we'll either have to expand or possibly make a different spot for the temporary ones and then just use that down there for permanent ones as well. So I'm going to get to finishing up some of this design. I just thought I'd check in and kind of show you the progress so far. Not do what I did in this room and just forget to check in at all. Because I think it's kind of fun watching the process. I hope you dudes do as well. I'll check in here again soon. We have done it. Kind of. Well, I mean, we've got a baseline for how we kind of want the rest of this to look. So this will be kind of what a section looks like with gifter statues, just the regular ones, and they will be hooked up either in the back of the chest or the underside of the chest. I'm not really sure how yet, to the RF system that has yet to be made. So, and then this is kind of what one will look like. These will be drawers, but this is what one will look like the permanent statues. And we can squeeze 5 of them in, but until we have to do that, I'll probably space them out because they look a little bit better this way. So we've got a few pods done. Now we just gotta finish the rest of the hallway. So, let's get busy. And through the power of editing, the other sections of the hallway have been completed. Pretty excited about the way this is going to end up looking. Like I said, we'll end up taking that somewhere else and doing something else with it in the future. Right now, it's probably just going to look like a gray wall. Sorry about that. But the next order of business is to figure out exactly how this is going to look. I kind of wanted to have like a somewhat dome-ish shape. Kind of got it roughed out in the stone. I'm going to play around with it a little bit and see what I can get figured out here. One of these will... From the mini-map, looks like it'll head outside, but this is the one I was going to work on first, and this will be kind of where I end up putting the power, I believe, since we unlocked the Powah mod. I'm not sure which of the generators I'm going to go with. I haven't really looked at the crafting recipes yet, so hopefully it's not too expensive. I'm not trying to put the cart before the horse on that one. I'd rather get the room built and then go from there. I'll make it big enough to where, worst case scenario, I need to possibly raise the roof a little bit for a reactor, but it should be plenty big enough for any of the power. The real fun section is going to come routing that power back underneath everything over here and up to over here. That's probably going to get a little pricey on wires or whatever that mod uses, but this is where I want the RF system, is right here. So we're also going to have to kind of sort out all these chests, and hopefully we get to some vaults later. I'd really like to hit 50 soon, but one thing at a time. The infrastructure's not going to build itself, and I really like the way this is shaping up down here. This house is really getting quite massive. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I hope you guys are as well. Well, I'm going to ponder on this for a little bit and see what I can come up with for this, and I'll see you after I hopefully have something done on it. Welcome back, everyone. This is how it looks with some gifter statues in here. I think it looks pretty nice. So I did figure out something for the dome room, or the kind of hallway room, or eventually I think over on this side we're actually going to have the potion brewing area with some automated kind of potion brewers for instant health too, and also probably splash potions of instant health too. That'll be really good to have on standby. A little bit of lighting kind of in here. The most powerful Powah that you can unlock through the Powah mod is green tier. Like, that's the highest level machine, so I just kind of roll with that. Just works out that I'm a slime as well. No correlation, promise. Then we got a little extra gifter statue area, and then of course that's kind of towards where Botania and stuff will go. But this room looks pretty good. I went ahead and dug out and got this other room ready, where this is where the power setup is going to go for the reactors, and everything else to do with power is going to kind of go in this room and branch out to anywhere we need it around the area. So I'm going to use this wrench and this book, and we're going to make some things happen. Well, I have taken my hammer and I have taken my book, or should I say my wrench and my book, and they have gotten me to this point. It may not look like much, but there's a lot of vault materials in there. this little contraption here. But we got our thermogenerator, which essentially, there's like a block of lava. Let's see if I can do this. Block of lava right underneath here. And then as long as you give this guy some water, which you can do with this infinite water source, keep that topped off, it will produce power. Have a little starter cell filled up right here. And we've been charging some of the energized steel so that we can actually make our first reactor, like our kind of reactor that uses uranium and stuff like that. And that'll go kind of right in the middle of this room right here. Really thinking that's going to fit well in here. Be like the center point. And then we'll have power kind of going off that way. For now, I believe I'm going to just use this setup. I don't really know how much power the storage system is going to take. That's really the only thing we need power for at the moment. But needed power first before the storage system. So now it's time to start messing around with this wall and getting power piped up from back there. And I understand that that's pretty far away, but there's also going to be other things that use power down here eventually anyway, so this spot right here should be good, even though it's going to cost a lot for the, these guys, these little wires, to get it all the way over there. Should be worth it in the long run. But that will be the next thing on the chopping block here. Really enjoying the way this hallways came out so far. Now time to move back over here, back to the wall of chests, and finally address the issue that is this mess. Because this takes a lot of time still. Once we get this sorted out with like something like this, everything all hooked up, because I can hook this up through this guy to the rest of the storage system here. So should be pretty nice once it all comes together. About to jump into some RF storage now and see what I can't figure out. Well, after much pondering, it seems that I've finally done it. And I'm pretty heckin' excited about it. Sitting out on the porch, vibing in the rainfall. Beautiful night in Minecraft. Let's go check out this refined storage system, shall we? Pretty excited. So the way I set this bad boy up is it's completely out of power. 1 second. We're out of power. Oh no. There we go. Back online. It's fine. So this boy will charge up and then it'll charge that backstock and that battery and stuff. Anyway though, I have this all set up so that it should be pretty easy to not only kind of see all of our vault materials here that we're getting, and some of our vanilla materials as well, but it will also be fairly easy to charge up crystals now. So we have a lot of the rare stuff that the crystals require kind of right in this area. Some of the mob drops and stuff, and then we have all of our compressed blocks nice and easily viewable here. And then everything else that is not listed on those drawers that's in this system go in these little drives here from the refined storage system. And we have one that's almost entirely full. These things are actually pretty expensive. It takes about 36 Larimar per 4K storage disk. So I went through literally hundreds of Larimar setting the system up. We had like over 400 and now we are back down at 43. It was very much worth it in the grand scheme of things, though, because we'll end up being able to essentially here, I can go into free cam and kind of show you how this works. So these drawers, or these boss crates right here, are linked up to some exporters right underneath them here, and they get exported in. So when we come back, we just take those with us into the vault and fill them with all of our random stuff that we get that doesn't go into the danks. We have actually a couple extra dinks here now, but we'll throw our boxes there and it'll all get sucked out and put into the system. And then if it goes into a drawer, it will find its way to the appropriate drawer, and if it does not have a drawer, then it will go into a drive. So this is a pretty expandable system. You can always add more of these drives, these like drive housings and the drives themselves, just expand the system a little bit. And we actually have our power that runs back. You can see it kind of going back over that way. It's kind of messy back here, sorry. but it actually runs over to that power machine I was just at, and that's what's powering the whole system. So I'm pretty proud of it. It did take a while to get all those chests emptied out and get everything kind of sorted, but using these framed drawers, they look really nice, and I'm pretty happy about the way the system is going to end up working for us. We did a couple vault runs last night, and gotta say, offloading is extremely quick now. It is very, very easy to run a few vaults, dump our stuff, wait for a couple minutes, let it dump, and then grab our boxes and roll on and keep running vaults. And as you can see here in the middle, we actually managed to complete our first scavenger vault, and we managed to do 2 of them yesterday, which I am pretty proud of. I have a crate for me, and then as you can see, kind of right there across the room, Chad has one now too. And then we have the 2 ones kind of in this middle of the storage. This bottom one right here is actually hooked up with one of the export pipes as well, and it gets basically just the ores come in here. You can see here, all of the rare ores will get brought straight into that box from anything we put down here. So that's pretty nice. This has been a pretty successful little adventure here, expanding the base. I also did a little work down here, at least getting our finalized gifter statues, the permanent style one set up. I don't know why Jevin is not making any andesite. If anybody has any help for that, please let me know in the comments. He's been here for a while now, and he hasn't made literally a single one. Maybe it's because that drawer's locked, but it wasn't locked. Like, he was sitting on a chest for a long time, and he still didn't make any, so I'll unlock that. Just so more can come in. But, yeah, hopefully he starts making some soon, because these guys are actually making quite a bit of their respective resources. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of the slime head in the roof. I like the way that looks. Pretty clean down here, though. I'm enjoying the way the base is kind of shaping out. Going off that way, we'll have a enchanting room and a potion room. For now, it's just kind of, you know, a nice little area to burn off dead gifter statues to make some more of these big boys. And we did, in fact, in our last vault, in one of those scavenger boxes, get our first artifact. So that is extremely exciting. That's actually the first one we've gotten so far, and 24, just 24 left to go now. So hopefully we can keep up our luck with our slightly easier scavenger vaults, because the ones we completed last night were pretty easy, but, I mean, it's hit or miss with those scavenger vaults, really. They're either going to be ridiculous, or they're going to be not so bad, so. Well, I think that's all I got for you guys this week. I really appreciate you stopping by and seeing the progress on the old Vault Hunters map. We're very close to level 50 now, and I'm pretty excited to get to that point. Some more options will become available to us as far as skill points and things of that nature, so I'm pretty amped. We'll probably get to level 50 later today. Sorry for the kind of late episode. It definitely has been a long week of grinding and getting the storage and power situations figured out, and I still need to figure some things out. As you can see, we have a little bit of color poking through down there, so I'm going to have to do a little tidying up on the outside, but pretty happy with the progress this week. If you guys have any things you would like to see me build, or anything like that, what a beautiful time for the rain to let up. If you guys have any comments or things you would like to see built, or mods you would like to see play around with, by all means, leave them in the comments below, and I will be checking them out. I believe on next week's episode, we'll be moving this bee farm, setting it up automatically, and possibly getting that enchanting potion brewing room set up inside the base as well. Kind of get some more things filled out and ready for the long haul here. Eventually, we'll have our Britannia Tower built too. A lot on the horizon, and I look forward to doing it. But for the time being, I'm going to have some pancakes. And as always, you guys have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.